You will not believe the level of loyalty this dog shows his master. One of the most loyal pets one could ever ask for is a dog. There have been countless incidents wherein dogs have proven their love and loyalty to their masters. They don't judge and certainly aren't shy about showing their true feelings for their owners. Today's story revolves around a lovely dog that goes by the name Xiongxiong. This dog is a true example that shows just how much dogs would do to be close to their master. Xiongxiong is a dog that shows patience and devotion. Find out how. Most people would choose dogs to be their pets as they're undoubtedly one of the most devoted animals out there. If ever you've owned a dog, you'll know very clearly just how amazing they are and that they're willing to do anything for their families. So here's one such dog called Xiongxiong, who's proven just how loyal he is. His name is translated to bear in Chinese, and boy does he look like one. His humongous size is not the only thing worth talking about when it comes to this dog. A dog's love is pure and unpolluted. They never judge their owners based on what they look like, the color of their skin, or how much money they have. They usually just really love the family that keeps them. This dog is named Xiongxiong, and he not only has a big body, but he also has a very huge and warm heart. Make sure you have a tissue near you because this wonderful dog's story will surely leave you teary-eyed. So why does this dog sit on the sidewalks whole day every day? Like other dogs, Xiongxiong is truly close to his owner. This isn't uncommon because most of our dogs are usually very attached to us. The man who's standing next to the dog is called Mr. Chen, and he actually owns Xiongxiong. To say Xiongxiong is in love with his master would be an understatement. He's crazy for him because Mr. Chen loves his dog so dearly. They've stayed together for about 8 years now, and the way they met was another very interesting case. This lovely dog Xiongxiong is actually 15 years old. Isn't that an impressive age for a dog? The dog has stayed with Mr. Chen since the time he decided to adopt the doggy for himself. Xiongxiong was a street dog and constantly under threats and danger from the streets he stayed in. Mr. Chen took him in and stopped his miserable days now. Maybe this is the reason why Xiongxiong does this incredible thing for Mr. Chen every day to show his gratitude. As soon as Mr. Chen leaves for work in the early morning, Xiongxiong would always want to go with him. He knows he can't follow Mr. Chen to work, so the only thing left for him to do is wait for him to come back home. This dog can't just wait for Mr. Chen at home, as he doesn't want to waste a minute of their time together. He'd wait for his dear owner at the train station itself. To make things even more amazing, the dog has to wait for a very long time. Can you guess how long? Mr. Chen's job requires him to work for about 12 hours every day. That is half the time a whole day makes, right? Xiongxiong would sit on the train station and wait patiently for his master to get off from his work. To have a dog as dedicated to his master as Xiongxiong would definitely be a dream come true, right? Would you ever wait for someone for 12 straight hours in one spot without complaining or doing something else? Well, this dog doesn't show any signs of unhappiness waiting for his dear master. Xiongxiong has been spending so many hours at the local train station that he soon became very well known by the crowd. You can even say he became a celebrity of sorts. The people who make use of the train where Xiongxiong sits would often give him a delicious treat and even give him some belly rubs that would definitely make the dog feel better about waiting. He warms the heart of the people who see him wait so loyally for his master to come home. Some people would definitely get intimidated by the hulking dog sitting at the train station, but after learning that he's a soft and gentle giant, people quickly warm up to Xiongxiong. He's become a friend to almost everyone who visits or uses the trains at the local station. If all this information doesn't melt your heart already, the next few slides will definitely make you want to pet the dog, hug him, or give him a treat. He's such a precious furball. So what does he do when he waits for his master to come back? Well, since he's gained popularity, there are a few things that Xiongxiong does to occupy his time. It's a good thing that people love him so much because he gets to play around with him until the time comes for his owner to head back. This giant pup would become extremely ecstatic to see his owner come back. He becomes very excited when the time comes for his master to unite with him. But what happens when he doesn't show up? Just like any loving pet, Xiongxiong also has had days where he gets very disappointed. Whenever he doesn't see his master get out of the train, he'd always become a little sad and confused. Whenever he feels down, it shows on his face and people feel very heartbroken. This is one of the main reasons why this dog gets all the petting he gets. The passengers also hate it when he gets sad like this. So what does Mr. Chen have to say? Just like his dog, the owner Mr. Chen is also very close to Xiongxiong. He feels very connected to the dog and says he shares an unbreakable bond with him. Mr. Chen also admits that he often gets very sentimental whenever he spots Xiongxiong, who'd spend about 12 hours just to wait for him to get back from work every day. He feels bad sometimes that his dog has to be so patient with him and also get separated from him. He also has something more to add about Xiongxiong. He'd often try to make his dog understand that he doesn't have to wait for him. He had tried countless times to not let Xiongxiong follow him to the station. He fears that the train station might be a little dangerous for the dog, but the dog doesn't seem to mind one bit. Xiongxiong, on the other hand, doesn't take all these things into consideration. He only cares about spending time with Mr. Chen and doesn't really mind the threats. How cute is that? One thing very remarkable about the dog is his friendliness. This is what makes Mr. Chen really appreciate him. He claims that one of the most fantastic things that define a sweet dog is his ability to befriend anyone he meets. It doesn't matter what age, size, or gender they are, Xiongxiong will always find a way to get along with the other person. After a while, all the people at the train station realized he wasn't a ferocious dog, but a soft and kind teddy bear. It's common for a big dog to give out loud barks. For Xiongxiong's case though, it's different. He's such a soft dog that he rarely barks or even makes noise. The only time that you'd ever hear Xiongxiong make some kind of noise at the train station would be the time that Mr. Chen gets back from his work. The pooch is unable to contain his love and happiness. He'd bark loudly, jump around, and give off sounds that prove his excitement to once again see his master after a long day. We all know about dogs hating water, right? They do anything to stay away from cold and wet things. But once again, Xiongxiong shows that he's unlike any other dog. It's surprising to know that this lovely dog doesn't care at all about the weather. It doesn't affect him any way. Xiongxiong doesn't get happy or sad because of rain or sunshine. Mr. Chen also revealed that rain or snow doesn't stop Xiongxiong from waiting for him all day at the station. We all have some kind of bond with our pets, but the connection that Mr. Chen and Xiongxiong share would have to be one of the strongest bonds ever. They are true examples of the kind of love that an owner and a pet can share. Xiongxiong's undying devotion to his master that shows every day is something that would make Mr. Chen a very proud owner, no doubt. It'd be safe to say that these two share a bond that is unbreakable and commendable. Xiongxiong has found fans in the train station. These people have realized the dog isn't harmful at all and is just waiting for his owner. The people that commute using the train daily have grown so fond of the friendly pup that they'd bring him food every day. This makes Xiongxiong, or would make any other dog, happy. There's one particular local shop owner who makes sure Xiongxiong gets a nice treat every day when he comes to the station. Like we've mentioned earlier, as time went on, people began to notice the big yellow dog that always sits at the train station. He was so friendly and kind that he won over many people's hearts. In the picture above, you can see one of Xiongxiong's admirers. He gets many of these kinds of people that will pet him or give him some food while waiting for Mr. Chen to finish his daily hours. There's one famous figure that this dog should remind you of. Can you guess who? If you've read or heard the story, you'd definitely be reminded of a very popular dog in history, known for his loyalty and devotion. Xiongxiong's incredible tale has a lot in common with Hachiko. Hachiko was so impressive that there was a movie made about him. Just like Xiongxiong did, Hachiko waited for his owner at the train station for years. But unlike Xiongxiong, Hachiko's owner didn't return, and so he didn't have a happy ending like him. From this story, we can understand that dogs are way above everyone else when it comes to love and loyalty. If he doesn't make you wish for a dog for yourself, then that's kinda surprising. Mr. Chen is indeed very blessed to have won the loyalty of such an amazing dog that pays attention to his master. Xiongxiong is one of the best examples that describe the affection dogs have for their family or owners. He's such a lovable dog that shows just how faithful a pup can be.